Hello.
I have to say,
Oh, go ahead.
had to agree.
Oh, yes. So, welcome to Jasmine and Juniper, the podcast. If you're new here, I'm your host, Erin Fugate, and we talk about everything that I believe to be essential to life and business. Today on the show, I have a very special guest. I'm so excited to dig in with her. This is Brenda Johnston. She is a subconscious mindset strategist and intuitive energy healer. Welcome to the show, Brenda.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
It's going to be good. Okay, so I'm going to tell everybody how I met you, and then we want to hear all the things about you and your amazing business. So
Love
we
it.
have a mutual friend, and her name is Tiffany Carter, and she has been gushing about you for a long time. I finally was able to catch one of your trainings in the Project Me Posse, and you taught me how to clear my energy on a daily basis. And it has been life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I have been committed to your energy clearing practice morning and night. And I haven't told you this, but I struggle with anxiety. And now when I wake up with anxiety in the middle of the night, I just do that practice.
I love that. And we'll talk about why that
Talk
also is
about it.
helpful for you in the middle of the night. It's funny
So
because
good.
the training you were on, Tiffany was like, I want you to do a training in the posse and do like your energy stuff. And I was shitting my pants because I was like, I've never really like done a thing in a group with like a lot of people that I can't see. And she's like, yeah, no, you'll be fine. You're just going to go in there and you're going to do it. I was like, okay. So I didn't know. I was like, are people going to think I'm crazy? Are people going to resonate with this? Because to, I wanted you all to experience it, because something we've talked about is like energy management. It's not quantifiable. People ground themselves, they'll go out and ground their physical body, they'll invest in strategy for their business, they'll invest in their health, but nobody invests in the deeper level mindset stuff and energy work. And I'm not talking about Reiki, I'm talking about like manage your shit. We have an energy body, our like bubble, our auric field that contains us. And most of us just don't even pay attention to that. So I run into a lot of people, and this is your experience, who have anxiety and who have these things happening to them. And when I meet them, I'm like, that's not even yours. And they're like, what do you mean it's not mine? I'm like, you are carrying around somebody else's shit. It's not yours. Our bodies are only meant to hold our energy. So for me, and this is something I had to learn over a lot of years, I've been studying energy for years. I've had mentors who taught me about energy and all of our systems and all the things. I didn't know that every time I would feel feelings of anxiety, it was somebody's energy trying to come into me. And it comes, my big gaping hole can be in my chest. So I'm pointing to my heart center right now. If I would get in a fight with somebody, I would just feel it in my chest. If I was in Costco or someplace with too many people, I would feel anxious because their energy was trying to come into me. And as an intuitive empath, I didn't, my energy was basically saying to everybody else's energy, oh, yeah, come on in here. We'll take your shit. We'll help you heal. We'll help you. That's not how it's supposed to work. We're not supposed to take other people's energy in. But I didn't know that back in the olden days. And I also didn't know that we could protect ourselves and clear ourselves and get like our spirit teams to come in and help us clear. And so it's why the practice that you've been doing clearing, connecting, and protecting has really been so beneficial for you because you're clearing all the shit off of you. You're connecting yourself to Mother Earth and Source. And then you're safe and protected in your own bubble. And when we are safe and protected in our own energetic field, it's life-changing because it also connects you on a deeper level to your intuition and your gifts and all the things. So when people start doing it, they're like, I don't know what's going on, but like my intuition is on fire and I am manifesting things like crazy. Yes, because you're safe and contained in your own energetic field.
Yes.
It's wild.
And we're going to put in the show notes how you can get access to this amazing meditation practice. Do it. Like I just was going to take your challenge of, I think you said 7 days.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, it's been like 3 months and there's not going to be a day. It's just like brushing my teeth. If I miss a moment, I feel it. I know. And the difference for me is I used to clear my energy as needed. But why? That's so stupid. Like, I'm going to wait until my tank is empty and have somebody pick me up on the side of the road and tow me to the gas station. No, like, fill up your tank before it goes empty.
Right. And it's especially important because if you're working with people, which you do, even if it's just virtually or if you're online, if you're on social media, energy comes through everything. Like I have special stones on the back of my computer, like Sugnite or whatever it's called, to block things. And I bubble up my computer energetically, my phone, my cars, all the things. Because it's like we're sponges, okay? So I just turned 48. I didn't start doing this stuff till I was close to 40. So if you think about it like this, I've been a sponge my whole entire life, collecting everybody else's shit. So what happens to the sponge, right? When it gets too much water in it, it can't hold any more water. So the water just starts to leak out of it. Mm-hmm. You would never leave the sponge on your sink just full of water getting moldy and disgusting, I hope.
Biggest pet peeve, by the way. I hate that. It's so gross.
It is gross, but that we're sponges. So we're taking on people's energy. And the other really cool thing, I said to somebody the other day, I was like, the biggest compliment you could give me is not, wow, you're really pretty or you're really smart or whatever. The biggest compliment that I love is when I walk in a room and somebody's like, your energy is just, there's just something. I just want to be around you and talk to you and like be in that. Now, here's the downside to that. When we have beautifully managed energy, there will be other people's energy who is attracted to that and they will try to siphon your energy because we become these beacons. And so another technique that I like to teach people is you can actually say, so after you do the 5-minute practice, and it's the exact 5-minute practice I do every day, just so you know, everybody listening, after you do that, you can say, you can set the intention and say, okay, if anybody's energy tries to enter my field, send it back to them and start the healing process for them. Because then we become almost like walking healing bubbles of light and energy without even needing to do anything. And you can do similar things. So I have this giant piece of rose quartz on my desk. And when I had my in-person office, this crystal's job was the moment somebody walked through the door, I wanted the energy of love and healing from the crystal to start their healing process. Energy is, it never lies, first of all. How many times have you gone in a room or something and there's just a person there and you're like, oh, no, mm-mm. or you've listened to somebody speaking, or on social media, you watch people and they're talking about things and you're just like, wow, I'm listening to the words, but it feels like they're talking out of their ass. It's because they're not embodying or living what they're talking about, and their energy is like, she's full of shit. Your energy and my energy started talking long before we open our mouths. Energy is full of information. Our minds hold limiting beliefs and memories, but what most people don't realize is our auric field, our energy holds beliefs and memories and emotional things. So when I'm working with people, it's almost like I see them as this mosaic. And so I can see where there's things in their field that need to be brought to the surface so that they can have the energy flowing properly. We don't want to be the wet sponge. We don't want to be taking other people's stuff on. We also don't want to be the Christmas lights. Do you remember the ones that would have one and then none of the Christmas lights would work?
Nope.
That's what can happen to us. And years ago, I fried my nervous system because and this is bad, don't do this. I would sit and go into other people's energy because I could. I didn't know. And I would take stuff out of them for them and pull it into myself. And my nervous system got fried and my body put on 80 pounds because my body was trying to protect me because I didn't understand what I was doing. And so then I started learning from all of these amazing mentors. And I remember her just saying, you don't ever go into somebody's energy, you look at it. So it's why when I'm very protective of my energy, there's 2 people allowed to even work with me or my energy, because most people don't realize you can imprint beliefs and other shit into energy if you don't actually know what you're doing, which to me is terrifying. Like that scares the shit. I'm like, oh God, half these things I was carrying around my whole life probably weren't even mine. Like that's scary. So that's why I'm all about the daily energy management practice. You need to manage your energy. It's like brushing your teeth. Do you do that every day? Cool. Manage your energy. And when you're just starting out, you're going to need to do it more often. I say at the very least, as soon as you wake up and after you finish your day, clear yourself and disconnect from your clients. I know there's a lot of intuitives who listen to this show. I know there's a lot of healers that listen to this show. Are you disconnecting fully from your clients? I hope so. And second, are you clearing at the end of the day? Because I bet a lot of them aren't.
Yeah. The part that was new for me, because I definitely would clear my energy, but the part that was new for me was asking for support from I kind of call them like my A team.
Yeah, man.
all these beneficial beings. And this is so cool. Okay. So I'm giving away a little bit about the practice, but you have us call in our guardian angels and our spirit guides and our higher power. And I can actually feel the different energies. So when I call in my higher power, there is this golden like pillar that comes from my root chakra and expands all the way out my crown. And it's like this total divine energy to I call in celestial beings because I have a little bit of a relationship there, to like the sparkly energy of the celestial being. And I never felt this connected before to my support system. And I'm actually someone who struggles with the idea of a higher power because I have religious abuse in my history, which I've shared a lot about on this podcast and other ones. So I have a problem with God. God and I have a beef. And to actually have a daily practice where I get to like inch my way back to connecting with my divine source is so extremely healing. And I'm so grateful to you for this practice because it's incredible. And now what's starting to happen is like they come in and they're like, okay, cool, let's clear your energy. And they go, what else do you want to do? What else can we do? And it's like, oh, this is conscious creation with my collective divine support system.
Yeah, it's wild. I grew up Catholic. And so I also have a beef with God. I couldn't even say the word God for a long time. So I would speak to the universe. And then I became comfortable speaking to the creator. Because for me, I mean, even in corporate job, I hated having a title. So I figured they probably maybe don't like titles either. I don't know. So I speak to the universe and I speak to the creator. But I also, for many years, for 2 years, I was working with a mentor who turned out to be very spiritually abusive. And so I kind of just actually got out of that at the beginning of last year. And I really had to reassess everything that I thought I knew. My dog is digging the carpet right now. But I had to reconnect with energy and reconnect with all of the things because she made me believe that I didn't know how to work with any of this stuff. So she basically scared the shit out of me, controlled me, as well as some other people who were in it with me. And it took me the good part of a year. And I still have moments of like panic almost thinking about it. See, my dog hated her. But I remember, he's like, I didn't like it. I remember every time I would go get on my one-on-one calls with her, my whole system, my energy would be screaming, no, 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 no. And I didn't know why, because I wasn't listening, because she gaslighted me and all sorts of crazy shit. So for me, coming back to the practice of really connecting in with my spirit team it's kind of been a little bit life-changing, because we're not meant to do this on our own. We're meant to have human coaches, but also our spirit team. And one of my main spirit guides, I actually met him 5 years ago. I was on my way to speak at a conference. This particular woman, this was going to be the first weekend I was introduced to this woman. And I'm driving. It was like a 5-hour drive. I didn't want to fly. I'm driving in my Jeep, which I had at the time. And I look and I see this beautiful Native American man riding a horse beside the Jeep, but I knew he wasn't real. And I remember thinking, am I having a stroke? Like, what is happening? I've always been connected to spirit. I've been talking to dead people since I was little. I shut it all down because you don't want to be the weird kid, whatever. So after I got divorced, all my gifts started opening up again. I can see, hear, know, feel. I can do all the things. I can hold things, tell you what, like, it's crazy. So I'm driving and he's there and I'm like, what the shit is going on? And I get to this person's house where we were all meeting. And looking back, I can see how this all unfolded, and I should have seen the red flags, but I didn't, because I was in this weird space of not understanding what I had the ability to do. And he showed up to protect me from her. And all of those years, she was like, oh, he showed up because he knew I was going to be there and he wanted me to help you, like, understand energy and get to know him. And like, she just love bombed the shit out of me. we joke, but it actually was kind of cultish looking back, how she was doing things. But he's been with me my whole life. Now that I remember, he has helped me manage things and keep me safe. And he's an energy, like he's a spirit. And what people need to understand, his name is Bear, by the way. What people need to understand is like this, even if you've never met your spirit team, if you've never connected with angels, if you don't hear frequencies, if you haven't done, it doesn't matter. The moment you say, come help me, they show up. And so one of the clearing things that I do is literally just to say, universe, angels, ascended masters, higher guides, please clear anything from me that is not of me. And I yawn, you'll find your release mechanism or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes you have to repeat it 20, 30, 50, 100 times. And it doesn't matter who you're asking for. As say God, if God is how you like to say it, the creator, the universe, whoever. We also have celestial beings. Like they come. That's why I just say higher guides. Then they all show up. I know Bear is with me all the time, like during the day. And I'm going like this because he's always to my right. But like, I know that I have that energy with me to protect me and to guide me. And it's really important to understand spirit guides are not here to tell you what to do. They're here to be like, okay, girl, no, like really? And then they kind of gently guide you back to the path, but you have to listen and you have free will and you have to make the choices and take the actions. They're not here to be like, okay, Brenda, today you are going to make an altar and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. No, they're here to guide us. He just happens to be very sarcastic, which is also funny because our energies take on our personalities. So we will get information the way we like to speak as humans. If you were to try to like give me some long whatever, my eyeballs will roll back in the top of my eye. Just give me the high level details. That's all I need to know. So when spirit is talking to me, and this used to frustrate the shit out of me, they will give me the minimal details that I know that I need to know. And I was like, that's all. What? Like they'll give me one or two words. And it took me a really long time to understand. They will speak to you in the way you like to communicate. They won't download a bunch of information to me because I'll tune right out and ignore them.
So what is a sign that what's a sign that someone who maybe isn't yet aware of their energy, or if they're intuitive or whatnot, but a sign that like they need to kind of attend to this? What are some things that happen or come up with your clients that make you go, okay, we need to attend to your energy?
The feelings of anxiousness is the biggest one. Normally when somebody comes and they're like, look, I've had anxiety for this many years. I'm like, but is it yours? And we start doing the energy management practice and they realize 90% of what they've been feeling isn't even theirs. So being mindful, and you can sit there, whether you're in tune or not, and you can just go, is this mine or someone else's? And the moment you say that, you will know, because your body is either going to contract or it'll just feel expansive or it'll tingle or it'll do something to let you know it's not yours. So if I'm like, is this mine or somebody else's? I will get the no feeling in my gut and it'll feel like a fat elephant is sitting on my chest. And if it's not mine, I'll say, universe, angels, ascended masters, please clear anything from me that's not of me. And please send this energy back to who it belongs to and start the healing process. And you'll feel it release. And when you do this practice, so the reason I challenged you all to do it for 7 days was because I know that after 7 days, if you don't do it, you'll feel the difference. So if you're doing the practice and then one day you just don't do the practice, you will know, because your body is going to tell you, your feelings are going to tell you, your energetic system is going to tell you. You're just going to feel like you had way too much caffeine. That's the one big thing, is that feelings of anxiousness. I'm always like, that's probably not yours. You're the wet sponge. You've held on to all that water.
And
Let's
I feel
clear
like
that off.
anyone who's building a business on social media needs to attend to this, because we don't realize it, but people are stalking your page and consuming your content and checking your stories. Like, they're invested in who you are and your life. And there could be, when I look at my stories, I'm like, oh, there's all these people watching. And when I'm making it, I don't think about all those people. But that's one thing that, as I've become more visible online and I have become more authentic online, like I'm showing my true authentic self, and there's all these people watching, like I have to attend to that energy, because I can feel the hooks, like the hooks come in. Jealousy can be a big one, where like a little hook of jealousy comes in, or comparison. And so I feel like anyone building a business online needs to pay attention to this.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons that most of us intuitives and healers don't want to be seen.
Right. Yes.
We don't want to be seen because it's painful.
Yes.
So bubble up.
So you're also a subconscious mindset strategist. And I personally love taking the subconscious and reprogramming it. I used to do
I'm
it on
obsessed.
my own. And now I definitely go to like hypnotherapists, and I want to work with you soon. And like, I love getting in there and just being like, oh, let's just reprogram this shit. So tell us a little bit about what that looks like, why someone comes to work with you, and how you can help them kind of reprogram those things.
I don't mess around. So I've spent years learning different modalities and different practices. I'm certified as a hypnotherapist. In Canada, they're called consulting hypnotists. I've done tons and tons of things. NLP, which I'm not a huge fan of, Psych K, just being able to read energy and all the things. So over the years, I've been able to take all of these things and create what I call the expansion technique. So I'm able to help you find beliefs that are in there, energy field or mind, bring them to the surface, and transform them on the spot using whole brain technique. It connects you right into your subconscious mind, but it also uses both hemispheres of your mind at once, because we're meant to be whole brained, not just left and right. So I'm helping you essentially harness the power of your subconscious mind and your energy to change a belief statement on the spot. I used to get really frustrated. I did a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of different protocols. And they'd be like, okay, well, it'll take like 6 months, whatever. No, I like to get in and out. Let's change this stuff. I'm not saying there's not a lot of layers, but my goal is similar to yours. I want to help clear out the stuff so you can access your highest potential. I have a unique ability also to be able to see your pathways of potential and your future. It's up to you to go there, but we clear the way. I don't want you, as Tiffany says, sitting in the dirty diaper for a year. People come in, we clear a foundation, and then we build on top of that. And people will end up working with me for 2, 3, 4 years, not because they have to, because every time you hit a new level, it's like, holy shit, if I clear this out, what happens? If I shift this belief, what happens? And your subconscious mind is one of the keys to manifesting.
And here's the thing. This is supposed to be fun. Like life, the fact that you're incarnate and you're in life, like this is a playground for creators. So it's, I feel so much like the mind is the least utilized tool that we have on the planet.
I think our subconscious mind, I would say, is the lead. Our
Subconscious.
subconscious mind is the most powerful superhuman computer in the universe, and nobody's ever taught us how to work with it or talk to it or connect to it. And it's not bad. Everybody's like, oh, your limiting beliefs are. No, your subconscious is a great partner in your life, but like human partners, you got to learn how to communicate with it. And that's what I do. I take people in, give them the tools to learn how to communicate with it because it's beautiful.
It's so exciting. I just want to speak to anyone listening. If you have felt like you're meant for something more, like there is some purpose in this life that you're not fulfilling, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to wake up and go, why am I even here? Like, I'm not doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. And it's because of all this gunk. It's because of all these blocks, all these fears. Like there is something underneath all of that that once you uncover, now I get it why your podcast is called The Limitless Life. Like
Mm-hmm.
what if you could live the life of your wildest dreams and you don't even know what that is yet? That's why it's so exciting to do this work. And I agree with you. It isn't like, I have a friend who wanted to get pregnant. So she went through hypnosis and got pregnant. And it's like, you can use it that way, quit smoking or whatever the thing is. But I feel about it the same way that you're expressing, which is, what if I just keep opening up new and more possibilities to my life and I keep expanding and I keep clearing the way? Because my goal at the end of my life is to be able to sit on my porch, look at my grandkids and be like, Granny did some shit. And it was cool.
Right.
And then go to sleep one day and go back to source and maybe do it all over again.
Right. That is the goal. We're meant to have fun, but we've been taught how to suffer. And we've been taught we have to suffer.
And we don't. That is a false lie to keep you small and to keep you controlled. And don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wrap up, if somebody wants to work with you, if they want to know more, if they want to get this up level that you're talking about, what's the best way to do that?
Honestly, I just launched my expansion community, the Limitless Life expansion community, and it's a month-to-month membership. It's $77. You're paying $2.50 a day. You're hanging out with me twice a month live. We're doing energy clearings. I'm doing all the things in there to help you expand. I'm teaching you how to speak to your subconscious mind, how to manage your energy. There's a library of so many audio programs I'm putting in there to help you expand. That's where I would start. So you can start to experience what it's like to expand. And then if you're like, man, this is amazing, I want to dive deeper, I offer my 3-month one-on-one expansion program, my coaching. Nothing is cookie cutter. We're meeting, we're creating a foundation just for you and working on your specific goals to get you where you want to go. It is by application only because I can only take 6 people at a time. Right now I've got my winter application still open. There's 2 spots left. And also just come hang out with me on Instagram. And if you have DM me, it's me talking, and obviously listen to my podcast.
Obviously. Yeah, I belong to multiple memberships and I can't stress it enough. If you're an entrepreneur, if you are living that type of life where you want to grow, you want to get in rooms with people that are growing too. And you want to get in rooms with people that have something to teach you that you don't already know. It's mandatory. It's a line item in my business budget. I will always be in some sort of mastermind membership somewhere where we can expand. It's how I met you. If I wasn't in that membership, I would never have met you.
Yeah, it's true. I feel the exact same way. And it's all about creating that beautiful energetic signature and not getting stuck in the overwhelm and having a space where you can hang out with other like-minded people and do all the mindset things and subconscious things and manifestation things and strategy things. Like, it excites me. I love what I do.
So good. And listeners, be on the lookout because Brenda and I are cooking up something incredible for you. The essential oils and what she does with energy clearing, they go really well together. So there's a masterclass coming. Just stay tuned on all the places. If you have resonated with this episode, please take a screenshot and share it with someone who needs to listen. It's how we grow the community. I would love it if you would leave me a review and a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Brenda, it's been such a pleasure hanging out with you and talking about everything energy. Again, I'm so grateful that you exist in this world and that our spirit team brought us together.
Thank you so much. It's been so nice having this conversation. And yeah, I'm very happy that our teams brought us together.
Yay. Okay, talk to you guys next time.